Hi, this is Lynette Kottner, and I am here to show you my online class, my ELA course. I teach a morning ELA in social studies and an afternoon. They're mirror images, it's just that I personalize for which class it is. So when you go to my ELA course, you will see that I have my daily agenda, and 407 is my homeroom. They're the morning class. This is personalized in reverse for the afternoon 405 class. And then you will see that we have our class discussion boards. So for the first 4 weeks, we did do a really nice job in Book Creator with our class discussion. So you can see here that we said the first 5 weeks were in Book Creator. Go check them out. They were fun. But weeks 6 to 9 will be on Google Slides, and it's reminding students not to change anybody else's work. You're only allowed to edit your own slide. Well, it's because for week 5, we had some sad behaviors, and people were changing other people's work and then blaming them. So putting something really mean or nasty and then saying, bye, so and so. And there's no way in Book Creator to figure out who it is because it's whoever has access to the book. So in Book Creator, if it's your personal book, you're the only one that can edit it. But when I made the class collaboration journals, it was all 66 students. And so there's no way to tell. So Google Slides is a little more demanding. They have a history feature, and you can tell who is editing what slide. And so my technology person for my school said the rest of the collaboration questions will need to be Google Slides so that if anyone does anything inappropriate, we will be able to figure out who it is. So they did a really nice job, though. If you go to Book Creator and you go down to the question of the week collaboration boards, the first 4 weeks were really nice. Chicken and waffles or pizza, lion or giraffe for a day, rather teach math or reading, rather breathe underwater or fly. And then this 5th week was would you rather write a mystery story or a poem? So you go to the book that you want to answer, and my example answer will always be number 2. And then you just hit pages. You need to go down, find a blank page, and answer the question. And some of the students do a fantastic job. 7 is always amazing. She always puts her sentences, does really nice decorations. Book Creator makes it really easy to do a really nice job. So it was just when we got to week 5 that people were being inappropriate. And so now, as it says in our Schoology course, we will have 2 discussion boards, and they will both be on Google Slides. The first one is about Machu Picchu. That's what we've been focusing on with our lessons. So share your top 2 favorite facts about Machu Picchu. My answer is, of course, slide 2. And then my daughter's a senior, and she sometimes will write them letters or interact with them. They love seeing her picture, they love things that she does. So she has also collaborated with this. And then the other discussion is the social discussion. Would you rather run the school library or the school lunchroom? And then, of course, my answer is always slide 2. And then my daughter did answer slide 3, and we would both rather run the library. But I have entered enough slides that everyone will be able to edit a blank slide and put their social answer or learning answer on the Machu Picchu one. And then that is also how we run our morning meeting, because depending on your answer, you'll be part of a group or you'll have to do a different activity depending on the answer that you chose. So it also helps with getting to know each other better and collaboration activities and things like that. And then I like to post the catch-up work Anything that students are missing, I will post for 407 on this side and, of course, 405 on their side. And I just let them know, okay, as of this date, this is everything that you were missing. So please hurry and turn it in. They know that if they're on this list, they're still able to turn it in, but they will have points off for it being late. Um, Unit 3 videos. These are the videos that would be important for this unit. They Didn't Mean It, Winter's Tale, and The Right Three are the big 3 stories for this unit, but there are the 2 mini units on Stonehenge and Machu Picchu. The kids didn't really get into Stonehenge very much, but they love Machu Picchu because my aunt has been there. And we also read this article about the 10 secrets of Machu Picchu, and they apparently found some new terraces in 2017. And they mentioned that the jungle grows really quickly and it's hard to keep back. And they suspect there are other things to find out in the jungle. And I mean, they just found those stone terraces in 2017. So now my students are really crazy about Machu Picchu, which is helpful because of this week's assignments. Um, the school counselor will put out SEL calendars, and so I will post them. And then for morning meeting, I will share 1 or 2, but they're free to come in and look at the calendars and print them if they want. And the class rules and expectations are here. The Leader in Me. We are a Leader in Me school. I have the 7 habits tree here and on my wall. Currently, we are working on habit 2, which is begin with the end in mind, have a plan, and habit 4, think win-win, everyone can win. And then they also have a leadership portfolio that they keep track of. They can watch their 7 habits video if they need a reminder of what each habit is and how it helps them in life. But they need to be tracking their data. So each student has a leadership portfolio, and they have their All About Me page and their personal WIG for the school year. WIG is a wildly important goal. So, and then what's their reading WIG? What's their math WIG? They need to be tracking their data. What was their testing data? What were their report card grades? And their leadership, what have they been doing to be a leader? What other goals might they have? What other things would they like to be doing this year? Making themselves accountable for their learning. And then we also have our class WIG, which is kindness and respect. So we do have a slideshow in here that they can nominate people for acts of kindness and help fill out our 100 acts of kindness goal that we have. The Unit 3 syllabus is here. It was a class assignment. I had made a pseudo syllabus prior to this class. It mainly had the learning objectives on it, but I also posted the learning objectives separately because I want the students to be able to come in here and work with this checklist. So they actually made a handy dandy checklist for students. They can go through and ask themselves, am I able to do this? Am I able to do that? Am I able to do this? And if they would like to, they can make a book creator book about it. I have offered my general. So if you go to book creator, my general library is this, and they can do general books in this, like notebooks or things they want to work on, like a personal journal can be here. And then the next thing is the spelling words. Now, what's interesting about our curriculum is that they give 3 different spelling lists. The first list is for below level learners or ELL learners. The second list is on target learners. And then the third list is the challenge for advanced learners. And I feel like they can all use a refresher, even if they're on task or on level or above. They could do with refreshing on the words that are for below level or ELL students. And then, of course, they all need to know the words of on level because Those spelling words have important spelling patterns that they need to be aware of. And then, of course, the advanced learners need a challenge. But I actually give them all the words, and we just work with like a mix of the words every time we work with spelling words. And so they're used to getting a larger than average list just because I do want them to know all of the words. And I also don't tell them that there's 3 lists. I just give them the whole list because I don't want them labeling themselves. The taco writing assignments. What's interesting about this is that the several parents kept trying to make their students write about tacos, and my students were getting really upset. And so, of course, posting this folder with the directions and every single picture with the captions has helped a lot because students were able to show their parents what is a taco writing assignment. It's basically looking at the picture and then telling the time, action, caption, object, and summary, 4 to 5 sentences or more, summary about the picture. And then if you go to my library, they all have a taco journal for their taco writing assignments. In their library, they can only see their personal book and mine for now, so they don't get overwhelmed and have to scroll all the way like I'm doing right now. Scrolling through 66 books is quite a lot, but I do post assignment examples for them. They can see what I'm talking about. So here's my journal. And then here's the very first assignment was baby seahorses. So you can see my TACOS. I have decorated the page. I added a cute little seahorse. Like I said, they have to make it attractive and presentable, but they don't have to make it exaggerated and they don't have to take a lot of time. It's very simple, just to make their page attractive, nice. They can change the font, they can add borders. They just need to make it an attractive, presentable page. So for each assignment would be 1 page. I do have 2 baby seahorses because I did 1 for each class. This was a snow day, so we were doing online learning, so I made 1 for each class. But as I said, these are the directions for the taco rating assignments, and then here is every single taco rating assignment. This week we will be doing orcas. And then the other big journal that they have is their music journal assignments. So we're practicing our opinion writing, and so each week they will be given the song of the week, and then they need to write 10 to 12 sentences about the song. Do they love it? Do they hate it? Why? Who would they play it for? Who would they not play it for? Why? Support your opinion in an appropriate way. So this week we will be doing The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. If they have headphones and it's open work time, then they can, if they need to do, say, permission to dance, and this was several weeks ago, then they can go ahead and put in headphones, listen to that, and then go to their journal and answer it. Or if they were absent or if they take it home for homework, excuse me, then they will have the link they need for the song. So they will go to the library, excuse me, go to the music journal library, and then they, of course, will need to open their personal book. I have to scroll on over to mine because mine happens to be book 1. But I have posted examples for the students so they can see what I mean. So if you go to pages, you can see all of my music writing journals. And this week will be The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I have posted what I have to say about The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And then, La Vaglette was a couple weeks ago. Whatever they're missing, or if we're doing a new one, they just hit a new page. And then they go ahead and write what they have to say about the music in their journal. So that's all there for them. The word of the day. We have done several words of the day. They just need to open the slide, make sure they understand what the word means, and then they will write the word, the part of speech, the definition, use it in a sentence, and then put an image. So we have in our library, we do have a word of the day journal that students have made, and they just go in and it's a word per page. Very simple. Just trying to learn more words, more vocabulary, and if they know the word, how to spell it correctly. Trying to emphasize the basic skills so they can be more successful with their writing and, of course, their reading. This is our current projects, and this is our Stonehenge project. We're wrapping up Stonehenge. After this project, we won't be working with Stonehenge anymore. I think the students will be relieved because they're not really into it. I do have one extra video that I am going to show them. It's in the video folder that I have up above, but they can work with their group and kind of get ideas from each other, but everybody has to turn in their own project. But they're basically just going to put fact 1, fact 2, fact 3, their opinion about Stonehenge and the facts they shared, and then their resources of where did they get their facts. And I like that Schoology has put it right here. Like I said earlier, I think that's phenomenal. So the students know that they have this project to do until it gets turned in and graded by the gradebook. And then, of course, it will drop off for them. Another project that we are working on is that we've been doing a lot of research about Machu Picchu. We read a big story about it. We've watched several videos about it. We read the article about the 10 secrets of Machu Picchu. And so then, after doing all of that research, we did a story outline, and the organizer helped us figure out the plot and the characters and the time, and the setting, of course, is Machu Picchu. But they were outlining a historical fiction story using some facts about Machu Picchu or a modern day Machu Picchu trip, but using facts from the articles and stories. And so then, once they are done with their outline, they've finished their research, then they're going to come here and they're going to join the Machu Picchu Stories Library, and they're going to put their final draft in this library. So they're a little mad because my students are only 5th grade, and I'm sure this is not new, but they don't like to hear that, of course, they need to do a rough draft before they can do their final copy in Book Creator. So they need to, of course, write out their story and then do all the edits, spelling, punctuation, grammar, does it make sense, before they can get in and make their final draft in the Book Creator. But as you can see, it's going to be awesome. They're going to have so many resources to make the book attractive, and images and backgrounds, and it's just going to be really nice once they get that final project done. And the last one is a group project. It is the Kindness Project. And so we are once again working on making our classroom and our school a kinder, more respectful place. So I have already grouped them. They have books assigned to them. They need to make the cover. There needs to be a page per group member, and each group member needs to suggest 2 things or projects or things we can do to implement more kindness and respect in our classroom and in our school. And then there will be a group page. The first group page will be their main idea. This is the one they are presenting. If they had the opportunity, we are presenting this to the principal, to the administration. This is what we really want to implement for the school and for our classroom. But then they will have 2 backup ideas, and each backup idea will be their own slide. And then, of course, a resources slide where they got any research or resources or information. And so I just want to make sure that they're getting a group collaboration grade, but they're also getting an individual grade for contributing. And in the past, we've had a problem where some group members did not help. And so that will be evident if they don't fill out their personal page. If their personal page is not done or not complete, then obviously we can tell that this student was not helping like the other students are complaining about. And so we just want the students, of course, to have a collaboration grade, but also an individual grade about this kindness project. I'm sure the students that work really hard will be appreciative of that. But my students do need a lot of practice with group projects, and this is kind of new to them, so I am excited to do that. Tests and quizzes, I'm excited because they're here and they go right into my grade book. And I haven't used Schoology before to make projects or tests or quizzes. And so this is exciting. I love it. And what's so funny is that one of my academic achiever girls, and she's lovely. She already did the test. So I just posted it today and she already did it and it's already been graded and put into the grade book by Schoology. And I was so proud of her. She got 100. So I already sent her with the messaging feature. I already sent her a message saying, good job and way to go. And how proud I am of what a good job she did. But I loved that it put it straight into the grade book and it's already graded and everything. I was like, oh, I need to do this more often. This is lovely. I have never taken advantage of these features before, but that was amazing. I love this class. This class is teaching me so much. I'm so happy. Anyway, but they're here as well as on the sidebar. So, that's lovely. I'm really excited about that. Now, in assignments, they do have a vocab question review. And then, of course, up above, they have the spelling words that they can do those things before they go ahead and take the vocab quiz and the spelling quiz. And then, Teamwork in Space was an article about the astronauts needing to work as a team in space. And they had to write a 3-paragraph essay about why it would be important to work in space. So if they haven't done that yet or they didn't finish it, then the article is here. And then the February is Black History Month, which is amazing. And I love the directions are here for the Black History projects, but I love what a great job they did. It is a library and book creator. And as you can see, just looking at the covers, they were really involved. They had a lot of fun. Book Creator has a lot of really nice features in order to edit the content. Um, it they did a beautiful job. I'm very proud of their projects and what they did. And so this is what I'm saying. Like if you can at least change the background color of the page, if you can at least like some of my students do prefer a more calmer, plainer experience, and that's fine like this. But she can at least put a small image and make the background taupe, you know. She at least colored it in some form or fashion. Or even if they don't color it, but they put a really nice image, okay? So, I mean, they can do something to make their book attractive and presentable for the reader. So I was just very proud of that, of their projects. There is a finished projects folder right here. It's empty right now because, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. The Black History Project is technically overdue, but there are a couple students that do need to finish up a few of the pages, and they have time until March 1st. March 1st is the absolute cutoff. At that time, the books will be locked. you won't be able to edit them, and then this will go into finished projects. But I have it out just as a reminder to students that it's still available if they do need to make any changes or additions. And then I do have a couple of fast finishers. They're advanced students, so they know that they can go to this folder and go to Sora or Epic and read a book online. My students can do that for homework as well. Homework, I don't have a lot, but my students lose worksheets very easily. Some of them leave them in their locker by accident or on purpose, or they drop it running out to the bus or whatever. So when there is homework, the parents get upset when the students don't bring it home, and they're appeased when you say, "Oh, that's fine, it's in the homework folder." But mostly my homework is unfinished work. If they haven't done a taco writing assignment, if they haven't done a music journal assignment. And so it's very easy to tell parents, oh, yes, we'll just have them work on any unfinished work. They don't need any paper because it's in Book Creator or it's in Google Slides or it's in this other application online. The parents get very excited about not having to keep track of any paper. And it's been beautiful. Important slideshows. This would be things that are important for the students. They're having a hard time taking care of my classroom library books. I've had to assign classroom librarians, and then they're having a hard time taking care of the school library books. And so here is a reminder slideshow on how to take care of library books appropriately. Um, the choice board. If I have a choice board, we've had a lot of projects lately with the Black History books being 16 pages long. So we haven't had time for a choice board, but if I do give a choice board, it will have the dates that the board is for, and then it will give them a choice. And it will say that must do's are grades and must be done, and may do's are extra credit and may be done. And then they will have the links and they can work on them in any order that they want. So Nearpod is an online learning app. You need codes to get to each individual lesson. Flocabulary can be on its own or embedded in Nearpod. And Flocabulary are music learning assignments where they'll have an R&B or a jazz or a rap kind of beat or rhythm, and they'll be singing the lesson content, and they'll stop the song every so often and ask the kids questions. And the kids love it. They're very musically inclined, and so that is something they enjoy. Nearpod is also very interactive, and they'll stop the lesson content every so often and have the children do an activity or answer a collaboration question or whatever. And then McGraw-Hill is their online reading workbook, and they'll have pages or activities assigned to them in the online workbook. And so these are things that they must do. Those were grades. And then these were may do's. Those were extra credit. So when I have a choice board, they can also do this for extra credit as well. And then we have all the Book Creator library codes, because in Book Creator, all of these individual libraries have their own code. So if you do not have the code, you can't get into that specific library. So one thing I learned, which this class is teaching me a lot, so with Book Creator, you can assign books, and only the people assigned to that book are able to edit the book. But you cannot assign a book to somebody that's not part of the library. So nobody is a part of the Kindness Library yet, because they're going to be getting the code tomorrow at school. This is a brand new project that we're about to start. So I made each group a book, but I can't move their books to the Kindness Library until they add that library, because it said to me, you cannot move a book with students that don't have the rights to the other library unless you unassign the book. And I'm like, no, I'm not unassigning the book. So I'll just have everybody add the Kindness Library. And then once everybody has added the Kindness Library, then I'll go ahead and move the assigned books for the Kindness Project, which seems like the simpler solution. And then here's any helpful links that my students will have. And so I really loved what I've learned in this class. I really am so excited. And thank you so much for helping me be an improved teacher. I've learned a lot, and I know my students are improved with their learning. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful week.